What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 11th Annual Eagle Eye Open, presented by Wes Campbell and the Campbell family. We are in the lovely Haywood Valley Disc Golf Course in Armuchee, Georgia, and this is the MPO feature card brought to you by Run Productions. I'm Austin Lytle. I'm joined here with Matt Versola. What's up, my man?
What's up, buddy? Happy to be here, doing this commentary here with you. Happy to have played this course. I can't even tell you how many times I've been here. But it's a private course on Wes and David Campbell's land up in northwest Georgia, and it's an event that sold out in 60 seconds. It just goes to show the popularity of the event. So let's get right into it here.
Oh yeah, this is a beautiful piece of property and starts off with a beautiful hole one, 400 feet, very demanding hyzer. It's got us. I mean, I think you almost have to have a little bit of ground play in order to get up to that basket, right?
Yeah, the last, I'd say, 100 feet of this hole is slightly uphill. There's a little dip in it where that dark shadow is past the main big tree on the right side.
Yeah.
And you really have to carry most of this hole in the air or get a healthy skip, but that's pretty difficult up near the basket because it's some long grass.
So this is our 08 World's Champ, Dave Feldberg. Gets over a little bit on it.
Get around it.
And that's the tricky thing with this hole is...
That'll play, though.
Unless you're a big power thrower. It says 400 feet. It definitely plays a little bit longer than that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can see the mountain range behind you. Like, you were throwing uphill these first couple of shots, like, without a doubt.
Definitely. It doesn't look like it, but you're certainly throwing uphill on this shot.
So this is yours truly right here.
Yes, sir. First shot of the tournament. And I took a...
What was that you threw?
I took a D2, and, I just put
a little more hyzer on it.
Put a little hyzer on it.
Great shot, dude.
It finished with good stability, but I actually had just a little bit of stand up to straight there.
Yeah, dude, that's how you want to start off a tournament. This looks like Isaac's throwing a FX2 here. And little early. I mean, this is definitely a distance driver hole. Never seen a fairway get that far, but Isaac does strange things. That was Isaac Robinson, by the way. This is Matt Dollar from Team MVP.
Now, Matt explained to me what he was trying to do here after the round, or after that he threw this shot, and he wasn't getting the backhand there, and he said in practice that he got the cut roller up there for a putt. So he was trying the cut roller. I think he got it down a little early. It was a little breezy out there, so it threw it off. But luckily, he went so far left. There's actually this little access road for his ATVs and tractors that the Campbells have.
Oh, he skipped up into the basket.
He goes up and catches a little jingle there.
Wow.
So
okay, I mean,
not too bad of a mistake considering that he's getting up and down for par here.
Yeah, not bad. Isaac gave that one a good run. Probably lifted himself about 15, 20 feet. This is Dave Feldberg, probably about 40 feet-ish. He's got the signature Mentos putt coming out. Stay fresh. Oh.
Just off the right side cage.
Dang it, man. All right, this is Isaac's comeback. So I guess you were even closer than that, huh? Good par from Isaac.
Yeah, it's pretty close to this. Maybe 8 feet.
Oh, dude, I love it.
We'll see here. I'm just, as a courtesy, letting everyone tap out here before I tap mine in there. But I'm pretty happy with that. First shot of the tournament. And ready to get the weekend off to a good start.
Yeah, dude, that's a great start. That's how you want to start off a weekend up here. Yeah, if you haven't liked and subscribed to Run Productions video production YouTube channel, please do so. It's huge. It helps everybody out.
They got a lot of great coverage coming up here in 2021, including some of the DGPT Silver Series, which we'll get into later.
Good dude. Good two, dude. Good two. That's a good two. That's a good start, like we said. Everybody else taking their pars, and we'll see you on hole two.
All right, this is hole two. This is a fun shot off the tee and a fun approach shot. Par 4, 450 feet. Plays a little bit longer than that, but you got to make it all the way to this corner, and then it turns about 30 degrees left, and you've got a nice little hallway to shoot down. So placement is key off of this tee.
Yeah, I would say that it's 450 feet on a direct line to the basket. The hole probably plays about 550. Ooh.
I got a little loose with the forehand there and just pulled a little left.
Those trees at the beginning of this tee shot make this hole extremely challenging.
So I've just taken birdie completely out of play. But you'll see here, I'm going to try to get to the mouth of that gap and get it up to the pin and save my par.
Yeah.
Here's Dave Feldberg.
See if he can show us the proper spot to be. Down the middle of the gap.
So he hits the gap perfect, but just doesn't have enough turn on the disc, so he's going to end up a little short of the mouth of that gap, which you can see here is kind of signaled by this blue tape on the tree.
Yeah, I think the thing that Matt did with that was good here was that he was trying to finish right, and I think finishing right is really good on this hole. As you see there, Isaac saw that one off a little bit and will be forced to play with some woods.
So I think the two tactics on this hole is either, like myself, I just try to get a flick out there over 320 feet and under 400 feet. And that pretty much gives me a shot straight into this tunnel. Or you can throw the backhand and try to get right to the mouth, which gives you a pretty simple either upshot or jump putt.
So you were range finding it there. What was the number there?
I was trying to get to the corner. I don't remember exactly what that distance was, but I was still 300 feet from where I wanted to be. So I tried to turn a sidearm into the gap. I released it a little early there, but I've gotten far enough in there where I've got a decent bid to get up and down.
Heck, that might even be a birdie look if you can something long. You see, this is what happens if you get a little early on this hole. You have to try to fight something through the woods, and it's about impossible. Let's see if the young gun top-rated pro in Georgia can do it. Yeah, no.
So it battles through a little bit there, but he's still going to have a little bit of distance to cover between him and the basket with plenty of small limbs and trees in the way there. So dollars come up just a bit short on the left side, which for someone that's got a sidearm, you can get up and down from there, but it's pretty pinched. You have to get a really tight angle on that.
Oh, and he looked like he clipped a limb right off the rip.
Yeah, he got it a little too far on the right-hand side there.
Looked like he pushed it a little high there. Dave throwing his third shot here. Trying to get sneaky.
Dave showing his frustration early.
There, that's a good out of the woods. Good shot, Isaac. I believe this is you here, yeah?
Yeah, so as you can see, I didn't get the turn that I wanted to with that sidearm into the hallway, so I'm a little bit on the right side, but a little simple sidearm, A3,
yeah.
put me right
nice.
under the chains.
Very nice. And here's Matt's third shot. Looks like he's got about, circle two, about 50, 60.
And he jams it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give that one a run back.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah. That was a great putt. Good putt, Matt. Good way to get the round going. One down through two. That's always, I feel like that's a good start.
Yeah. So it looks like Dave's going to take the bogey here.
Yeah.
The left side is not the strong side in this case.
He just left that one short. That was all Dave. Yeah, I think I can say that. I've played enough rounds with Dave that, he knows better than that. I don't expect the same the rest of the round.
Yeah, he's going to get this putter warmed up here soon, I'm sure. So there you have it. Myself and Matt Dollar grabbing a birdie. One out of the first two holes. Everybody else sitting at even par. And here we go into hole three.
Oh, Dave should be sitting at one over. But anyways, hole 3,
Oh, yeah,
320 feet. Just a dead straight shot. You got a tunnel out, and then you've got wide open, and then it tightens up at the green again. It's just come and get me. Be as creative as you want on this hole. 320 feet.
There are just a few guardians, those trees that hang over on the right side, and I think Dollar gets caught up in those here. But if you're throwing a backhand, those really come into play, and either you have to get your disc left of those or underneath them. I like to try to take that out of play here and throw the turnover with an overstable sidearm and just let it flex back to the pin.
Oh, that is lovely.
And luckily that one doesn't get the skip and just digs in right there.
Beautiful. That was the Bowling Green D3, huh?
That's correct.
Nice.
So I'm feeling pretty
Good shot
good at
here.
this point. Now, 2 out of the first 3.
This is Isaac. You know what? Any idea what he's throwing?
I'm pretty sure
Looks
he was
like
throwing
a
a PA3 there. He just didn't get enough air underneath it. And that's the thing with this hole. It makes you think on the tee. It's a pretty simple shot for the most part. It's just this is really about the height control on this one. Dave's a little high there. And if you hit that, you're almost guaranteed to be a minimum of 40 feet out.
Yeah. I would say these guys are probably more around the 60 to 80 foot range. Oh.
So Isaac gives it a pretty good run there. Actually, I think he barely touched chains there.
Dave's sitting here about 60. Okay.
Just laying it up there.
Yeah, try to lay
And he
that.
says he wasn't trying to lay it up there. He gave himself away. Dollar just chipping up. Not really much of a line from back in there.
And this is Isaac's cleanup from about 15, 20 feet. Should be good. That boy. Looks good in that Prodigy gear, I gotta admit.
That's right, those spin polos, fresh out the box, 2021. Got the Team Prodigy looking nice.
Yeah, welcome back to the team, Isaac Robinson. Man, that's a great birdie, Matt. That's definitely one, as a sidearm player, I look forward to throwing every year.
Absolutely. It's such a simple sidearm shot. It's just all about execution.
Yeah, it's simple for us. It's not simple for everybody, but
Right.
it's just a straight come and get me shot.
Yeah.
Unlike the next hole.
That's correct. We got a tight gap here. This is hole 4. Only 215 feet. These trees that you see right here are probably only 3.5, maybe 4 feet apart. This hole is very short, but you'd be surprised how many people bogey this hole. You got to get across that gap and hyzer into the wood line, and try to get you a putt here. But we'll see how this goes for this crew. So I'd like to throw a sidearm here. For me, I just like to point and click. I don't want to ever miss this gap. I know for sure I'm getting a 3 if I make it through here. So I release it a little high, but
What are you throwing though?
I chip through. I'm throwing a Super Beat F7.
Okay. Yeah, that
And
worked out.
I just try to hyzer it straight through, nice and smooth, and let it flip over and turn just into the gap. I want just a 30-foot putt. That's all I'm asking for here. Dollar's trusting the backhand, nice and stable, just leaves it a little short.
That was a good shot. That was a good shot, though. I mean, it skipped up in there.
It's hard to get the ideal skip here, even if you're throwing a fast rim, big rim driver, because of there's so many rocks and stones up by the pin and outside that gap, all the 40 feet out from the pin.
I mean, but for most of these pros, anything like inside of the 30 feet range, I mean, most people are looking for a birdie here.
Right.
So,
And Dave makes it through the initial gap, but just drifts a little right and hits the secondary gap. He's going to have a tough shot here to get up and down.
wow. What a shot, David. What a shot. That did pretty good for him, right?
It got him into the range that you want to be off the tee. So
Okay.
like I said, it's
like
hard
we
to
said,
access.
you want to get 30, about 30 feet is good
Right.
off the tee.
It's hard to access this green from the tee, and especially from the angle that Dave was at. So he gets an unlucky rollaway here on his par putt. He left it high, but just a little unlucky there. Too high.
There's
And Isaac
Isaac.
cashes the birdie.
Yeah, I'm talking about that range, about 30 feet.
As you can see in the CTP flag right underneath the pin, somebody got lucky and parked it.
I think that's almost what it takes to park this hole. But
you have to get the disc in the right spot.
As a pro, I'm looking, 30 to 25 feet.
Dollar chains out a little right side there.
Yeah, I was just a little bit right. These baskets, I mean, if you're not hitting dead center, you're not catching them.
More about that later with the dead center. But the chains are a little bit lighter of a gauge than you would find in a lot of permanent courses. So that, if you're a little too far out on the right side, it's not going to slow too much momentum down. Especially, Dollar has that spin putt.
Right.
It was just a hair too far to the right. So I'm able to catch the birdie there.
Yeah, dude, good back-to-back. That looks good.
Yeah.
I'm checking out the CTP here. And it's an excellent time to put it into slow-mo.
Right, look at that card, dude.
So Feldberg is a 2 over here. A couple of, miscues in the first few holes, but knowing this guy, I'm pretty sure he's gonna reel it back in here.
He is a world champ. This is hole 5 here. Par 4, 480 feet. The first shot is a pretty demanding shot, as you saw. It's just a little uphill rise, and you want to put yourself in best position to try to shoot that alley shooting up.
Now, this is similar to hole 2 in the fact that you're throwing out here. So it's kind of a placement shot to get to the gap, which is near where this catch cam is. And I sawed it off a little bit early there, and I'm in the wood line on the left. But as we're going to see Isaac do here, and he goes with a little bit of a lower hyzer. He's trying to place it.
Oh, beautiful.
Right here at the mouth of the gap.
Yep.
And that's going to give him an easy upshot to the pin, probably 120 feet.
Yep. Once you get to that mouth of that gap, you have about 150, 200 feet back to the basket with a creek down left of the basket. And here we have Matt throwing a roller again. This one's standing up.
Unreal.
Of course it hits the tree.
That first little jump made it go off center.
That's the height, Dave.
There you go. Nice shot. Why didn't you go first?
So here I am trapped in the woods. There's a little bit of this, the excavating equipment that they use to take care of the property. And I've got pretty much nothing over there. Threw a great shot, made it into the gap, and it kicked right. Which is not the direction you want to go. You can see how many trees are on the right side of this fairway. You do not want it to be anywhere but in this tunnel.
Dave's here in the ideal position of where you want to be and showing you how to do it if you want the birdie.
That's going to be a tap in, and it takes out any of the nerves in trying to make that putt on the edge of the creek.
That's got to make him feel better after taking 2 bogeys already this first 9.
So Dollar's roller ended up a little right of the gap, so he has to ante it in there, and it's just a little too tight.
You just threw that way too high.
Comes up short. Like we said here, Isaac's in the ideal position. He threw it in the same line, but just a little longer than Dave, and he's right there for it. So here's Dollar for trying to save the birdie. Clips a little something on the way there, so he's going to have to settle for par. And here I am way right side, so I'm just trying to float a little ante in there.
Right.
Knowing that I can't go long, and I sauced it.
You sent it.
I drizzled it in sauce.
There, buddy.
And actually, I threw it so far, I'm on the other side of the creek, which you can't see in, here. It's the hill blocks the view, but
I
get it up.
Yay!
And I guess we're gonna get a run back on that one. So it was kind of through the limbs and everything too over there. I really wanted to keep my couple birdies in there and not take an additional stroke there. So I got it up high. Yeah, I saved the par.
Dude, what are you putting with?
I felt great about that. So I actually just got some P Model US, some of the Ace line discs in the base grit plastic. And I started playing around with them the past week. I wouldn't necessarily suggest it, but I really like the additional little bit of hang time that they have over the PA3s. There's no bead on them, but they've been staying in the air, and they used them a lot throughout this tournament.
Nice, dude. That was a great putt. So, yeah, Dave got the only birdie there. Good for him. Oh, Isaac got it too.
Yep.
But, yeah, here we are. 5A, Matt. Tell us about it.
So this is a newer hole, recently added to the course. Still in development. You can see there's a little bit of construction roads there going on. David Campbell and his son Wes, they're continually adding to this property, but it's a pretty tight shot. You kind of have to get skinny and almost get a little bit of luck here. This is a blind shot, so you really have to control the height and hit the gap.
That was pretty good out of Isaac.
So Isaac goes wide with something pretty overstable and makes it all the way back to the pin. The thing is here is the pin is situated on another uphill slope. So you really have to carry the entire distance, otherwise you're going to be, maybe 5-10 feet below the pin.
Right.
Which makes that putt so much harder at 35-40 feet.
That's what I was trying to do, right there. I think that's the shot.
So I threw it right where I wanted to. I got a little help there from a tree. I was going a little too far left, but...
You hit the initial gap, and I think that's all that this hole requires.
Right.
You hit the initial gap, you should have a look.
And Dollar throws a great shot here. Ends up, if you hyzer out a little short, it's okay because you're pretty much level with the pin.
Right.
So it makes the putt a little bit easier. It feels a little shorter. And Dave is where you absolutely do not want to be. If you hit
Right
early,
off the tee.
your second shot is still blind. So now he's hit the right side of one of those trees going back into the gap, and he's kicked down to the right as well.
Yeah. This is... At least he can see the basket from here now.
And I think we're going to see a little signature Feldberg sidearm here.
Oh, wow. This is rare, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got a unicorn on the screen here.
Oh.
In pristine form.
Pristine, Davey.
Nestles it up close. And
Round of applause
he's
for
going
my
to
man.
have to move on with a bogey here.
Yeah, so Dave is not off to the ideal position start. That was a good run out of you.
Yeah, and I just left myself a little too low on the hill to feel super comfortable with how high that putt had to be.
Right.
So Dollar hitting a little early, low left.
Yeah, not happy about it. Isaac hitting dead center. That's how you do it. Now, we are playing on a temp course, so, the baskets are not all standard and they're not all the same size, but at the end of the day, they're all disc golf baskets, and you play this game for fun, so you have to understand that.
Yeah, they were all playing the same course.
Yeah, everybody's playing the same course, so there we go. Isaac caught back up. Dave lost his birdie after the last hole, and Matt's still sitting at a respectable 1 under. I don't hate 1 under through 4 or 5.
Right.
You still got momentum to get.
So here we go, our hole 6, one of the signature holes on this course. It's a par 5. It's one of the big crushes off the tee. If you want to, you can really lay up here and still get the birdie, but it's all about position on this hole. The ceiling has gotten a little bit thicker over the years as these young trees have grown up, so you can just off the tee here pick right or left and try to smash it down into the gap.
It looks like Isaac can't decide what he wants to throw right here, and then
Isaac
he just instantly chose left side and goes big Anheuser.
Isaac opts for the left side and actually throws this D1 on a hyzer at the left side, and it turned all the way over. He's gotten farther than where a lot of people end up on their second shot. This shot's huge and downhill, but that was one of the longer shots I've seen on this hole.
Yeah,
ever.
Absolutely. And what are you throwing here?
So I'm throwing a Proto D4 here. I like to throw a hyzer at the right edge of the gap and just let it stand up and turn left. I threw that just a little low. I didn't give it the air it needed.
Yeah, I heard. This is Matt throwing another roller. And
we should have gotten a roller count here.
Yeah, we're up to 3. I'm keeping track.
We'll have to get the
3.
roller counter on screen for the next one.
But yeah, that one rolled out a little bit on him. And Dave, looks like he got over a little bit on that one.
Dave's trying to throw the same line as Isaac there, just releases a little too far right.
Yeah, he definitely yanked
And
over.
he actually got lucky. He hit the wood line and bounced back just a hair.
Oh, what a signature MTV move.
So I've done a couple of things here. I slipped on some leaves while I was trying to throw my shot and sawed it off a little early, directly into the tree in front of me. Luckily, it kept going forward, but it put me still just short of Isaac's drive.
Dave threw another roller. Oh, Dave threw a roller up into the woods. Matt's pushed over the ledge at least, but he's in some thicket.
That's roller number 2 on this hole. And the thing on this one is, especially if you get into that early stuff, forward
nice.
progress is good progress, because
Yeah.
really you're just trying, from there you're trying to set yourself up for the upshot to this pin. You really can't access this green from way back there.
Right. And this is here. Here's your third shot.
So this is my third shot.
And you got.
I decided to go
hard as
over
hell.
the tree in front of me instead of under it, just because of how uphill this was.
Yeah.
And I cranked it a little too much on the left side.
I can see that.
I threw it straight into the woods.
Yeah.
But like I said, forward progress.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take
This
a
is the silver lining of it. This is Isaac's drive?
Yeah.
No.
This is one of the longest drives on this hole, I think.
And he did that?
Yeah.
Isaac,
he
I'm
left
so
him-
disappointed
He
in
left
you.
himself 30 feet out.
I'm so disappointed in you. You were where everybody's third shots were.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you.
Good shot. That's where you need to be. And this is Dave. Ooh!
And from my angle, standing back, just to the right of Dave, that looked into me.
The old Cenas, huh?
And just a little
That
A3
looked
chip
in
shot
for me.
there again. A3 for me, inside of 150, 200 feet, 250 feet even, is just the butteriest little upshot.
Yeah. Well, let's not denote the eagle that just happened here.
He left it short. He still made the putt.
It's Isaac Robinson.
I'm just glad the cameraman was ready for it.
Yeah. No
For those of you who
kidding.
haven't seen Isaac putt on film, he's one of the quickest putters there. He just steps up
Yeah.
and throws that shot up.
He doesn't. He takes zero time when it comes to like throwing or putting. Great putt, Dave. And, that was kind of looked like a feel-good birdie for him. Matt got one himself.
I think that has to do with Isaac growing up with like a 7-pack on the tee every time they went out to play disc golf. So it's like,
Oh yeah.
step up, throw, and get off the tee so your other brother can throw. And
Exactly. So your
go
sister
on
can
down the
throw, and then
line.
just go ahead and just
Right.
go down the fairway and look behind. Here we are, hole 7. This one is one of my favorite holes out here. It is a straight tunnel shot that just drops off the tee box about 100 feet off the tee box. It drops straight down, and you got to carry it another 250 down the hill, down a tight line to a basket that's pretty well guarded. Let's see how these guys do. Isaac's throwing that PA3. I know that's what that is. Super late flip. That is genuine gold. Matt releases this one just a little high. Sneaks through everything.
He likes the tickle.
Yeah, he likes to tickle. Little Lady Luck on his side this get around already, huh?
Right.
Dave releases this one at a nice height. Oh yeah, that's you guys are setting up.
So
for
Dave
the
actually
thing
opted
here.
for the fairway there, which, not a bad play. Ultimately, if you can get down to pin high, this is makes this hole a lot easier. So I've saw this one off a little early. And, luckily I can still see the gap. I'm throwing an M4 here, just trying to nestle it down this little road, but it's so steep downhill, I'm not sure if the camera can do it justice here, but I was happy with that shot until it took a skip. And luckily I got caught up by a couple branches back there to keep me, I think it's circle's edge or just outside, but, from that far, that short off the tee, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure if this is that downward dog, or what's the name of that one?
What's the yoga position for this one?
So Dollar's obviously here on the left side, kind of pinched under a low-hanging tree, but it looks like he's maybe checking out the sidearm now.
This was after the tickle already.
Yeah, I think he was looking to see if he was going to be able to run that putt traditional style with a regular backhand putt, but
I'd say you ran it with the sidearm putt.
He did pretty close there.
Hey, great save, Matt. Great save.
So
that was good.
That putt was pretty uphill from my angle, and I was pretty happy to catch that. Save the par, move on.
Absolutely.
No
Smash
harm,
that
no
thing
foul.
out. This is Dave for his birdie.
So Dave's, it looks like he's still getting the putter warmed up here.
We're on hole 8. This thing should be warmed up. Oh, Isaac, he said it himself.
Unhappy.
I didn't even have to say it.
Unhappy with that putt, and especially after getting that close on this hole.
Yeah, dude, there's no.
You got to
excuse
capitalize
for
on that opportunity.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but there's no excuse for that.
You can't wait for Robinson. He missed it on his own, I swear.
Dollar there confirming that
He didn't work him that time.
he didn't work him.
All right, but he's still at 5 down. You're at a respectable 3 down, 2 down, 1 down. Dave's finally worked himself under par, so. What we got here? This is this infamous tractor hole. This is what you see when you pull in to 300 foot, just tight gap, shoot it down to the tractor. It's sitting on the plow, and it's always windy.
Always windy on this hole.
Always windy on this hole.
So I used to take the sidearm gap here, but it's tightened up a lot with some of these trees kind of growing outwards. This backhand or this right side line is the one that most people take, especially with the backhand.
Oh,
and
gorgeous.
Isaac's throwing. I can't remember if he threw A3 or PA3 there, but either way,
I would say A3.
that was the one for the job.
Yeah, that was. He's gonna take a ride on the tractor.
Yeah, dude. Lucky. Lucky enough to get out.
Lucky enough, that was that last little one, dude.
Lucky
That would
enough
have been
to get
money. Again.
Okay, Matt released that one a little early. Looked like it caught in the trees and just punched a little bit out on the outside of the trees at least.
You really got to commit to your shot here.
Oh yeah, this is you have to commit to throwing it to the tractor on a beeline. Dave just threw that one a little low.
Yeah. This one's tough because you got to throw it downhill, but you also have to keep it low enough to get under that ceiling, and you have to hit that tight gap. So I've done the same thing that Dollar did and just let it go a little early, and I actually kicked across the left side gap and into the woods on the left.
What were you throwing there?
I was throwing an F1. Just trying to give it some ante down the right side and let it flatten out and slide right to the pin. So I'm just pulling out my A3 again here and throwing it backhand this time into that right to left crosswind.
Oh, beautiful, dude.
And, I was pretty happy with that one.
Did you have scrambled eggs for breakfast this morning?
As we can see a lot here, I did not have scrambled eggs, but I got my fair share of scramble throughout this round.
Oh, absolutely. This is Dave and Matt throwing up to the basket because theoretically it's not ideal to run it from any sort of distance. Good par putt for Matt. You can see Dave's a little shaky over the putt still. After the first couple didn't drop for him, I can see that in him. I really hope it turns around for him here.
Yeah, it's tough after you've missed a few that really that you should make to really get that. There's especially those short putts dialed in that normally you'd step up and just knock in with confidence. And there I am tapping in for.
I mean that's a great save from where you were, honestly.
My par.
But yeah, we have another birdie here from Isaac Robinson, 6 down. Versola, 3 down. Dollars, 2 down. Feldberg's fought back to 1 over. Tell us about this one, Matt.
So this is a nice little par 3, actually. You see the little chapel set here. With the pin behind it. This is a rip. This is an all-out rip. It says 475 on here. This one probably plays more like 530, and it's uphill the whole way. The Campbells actually had a family member have a wedding out here on their property a couple of years ago, and some of that church structures still remained out there. And so here we are playing to the pin underneath the little door there. It's pretty tough to reach this pin, considering it's all uphill and the headwind that we're thrown into.
Yeah, it's always, like we just said on the last hole, it's always windy on this hole, and it's playing uphill. This is basically the same starting level as we were on hole 1, so you are going up that valley that you see behind the backdrop. And Matt, that is smashed into on an overstable disc and put past the short position. That's a pretty good hook.
Yeah, we didn't play the short position this year. It's 2 rounds of this pin position.
Okay. So this is Matt. Oh, just hitting.
So Dollar just threw it right into the stained glass window there. Isaac curls one around. He should have a great unobstructed putt.
Right.
Should be an easy tap in.
This is Dave.
Looks like Dave's going for the hyzer around it. And then maybe he was trying to play the wind there and thinking that it was going to push him back to the left. You can see the flag blowing, but he did not get much push at all. He's left himself probably circle's edge.
I mean, that wind's gusting.
Oh! So I figured I was lined up on that pin, just perfect for just trying to throw one in.
Step up to the altar, dude.
Not quite.
Wow, what a putt!
Not quite high enough there.
Great putt, Matt. Dollar. Mask on Matt Dollar. This is Dave for his par save.
That's nice.
Little nose down there.
That's nice.
Into a headwind. It just dropped straight to the ground.
Yeah, that's.
Throwing nice. MTV, you were at my wedding. You know I never get married to Terry's dog.
I can't believe this
I'm
is
still
like
on fire, bro.
embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. Yeah, nice shot. Thanks. How embarrassing. I thought for a second.
Dave's a little unhappy with his putting so far here on the front.
I mean, obviously, everybody else on the card's under par, and I hate to see the guy struggle. I really do, but I know he's got it to come back in him, so I'm anxious to see it.
So here we are in hole 10. This should be the last hole of the front side of this round 1 coverage. 385 feet. This one plays tough. You can take a few different routes here. It's a blind shot over the hill.
Isaac stepping up, throwing a little turnover. That hill just is a little deceiving. You really have to have some altitude on this disc in order for it to crest everything. And Matt again throwing it low. You have to throw it high.
This one really doesn't start going back downhill towards the pin until the last maybe 60 feet before the basket. So
What is
you
that
really
you're
have to
throwing,
maintain height. I'm throwing a D1 here. It's 169 grams. I didn't quite get the turn on it I wanted, so here I am a little short, but still got me a little putt at it.
Yeah.
That's as close as I expect to get without an excellent shot on this hole, and that's really all you need. Get a putt, try to get it in.
If this thing hyzers out, it's going to be good. Oh, it did.
So Dave threw it just a little low there, and that tree stops him from skipping just a little bit closer. But he's going to have
That's so good.
the closest putt of the group.
Oh, absolutely. And that's a full committed shot. That's what you want. And that Dollar fully commits to that putt. And it's a great layup.
Parks it.
Great layup. I think Isaac will do the same. Oh,
And
no.
Isaac coming up just short. That was a great bid from back there.
Oh, yeah. And this is you. You're probably sitting about 35, 40, huh?
Yeah, that was probably about 40. And
I can hear the wind.
It was
kinda
probably about a
passing.
45-foot putt, and I maybe threw it 40 feet. It
Okay.
just did not stay straight long enough.
And
You
Dave's
can
sitting
see
here
it's
at
a
what,
headwind.
30, 35?
He's just inside the circle there.
My guy is just not trusting his putt right now. I
There's,
can see it in him.
It's a little windy out there too, and if you don't have the putt, if you're not feeling the putt, and there's just a constant little small or decent little breeze going on every putt, it's kind of tough to get things going. There's Dollar trying to fly away in the wind there.
Yeah.
That should be good for
Spread your wings.
Luckily, he's heavy enough to stay on the ground.
Thinking about taking that putt again. Dollar's not having any of it. Dikembe Mutombo. All right, guys, that wraps up our front of the round coverage here. Dave Feldberg sitting at 2 over. I'm at 3 under. Isaac at 6, and Matt Dollar in there as well
at 2 under.
Check out these new custom nameplate bags we got from Prodigy.
Dude, I'm loving it. I'm loving the bags. I'm loving the camaraderie. I'm loving this round so far, and I love this property. I think this might be even the 3rd time that this course has ever been filmed.
Correct. This is actually the first time that the entire course has been filmed, because the other stuff you can find on YouTube is just finals.
Correct.
Just final 9 holes. So this will be the entire 18-hole course plus 5 additional holes that have recently been added to it.
Hey guys, thanks to everybody that supports Ace Run Productions. I'm Austin Lytle.
I'm Matt Versola. Catch us on the back.
Hey, we'll see you later.